Forget everything you thought you knew about ultimate soil health and plant growth, because the real secret isn't just about compost. There's a forgotten superfood literally in your backyard, and once you discover it, your garden will never be the same. This isn't just a tweak, it's a fundamental shift that unveils unparalleled plant vitality and abundance. You won't believe what's been hiding in plain sight. The compost conundrum: are we missing something? As gardeners, we've been told countless times that compost is the holy grail of soil health. We dutifully turn our kitchen scraps, rake our leaves, and wait months for that dark, crumbly gold. Yet, if you're like most gardeners, you've probably wondered why your plants sometimes still struggle despite your best composting efforts. You follow all the rules, add the organic matter, yet something feels incomplete. The truth is, traditional composting is only telling half the story. While compost provides essential organic matter and nutrients, it's missing a critical component that transforms good soil into extraordinary soil. This missing piece isn't something you can buy at the garden center or order online. It's been quietly waiting in your backyard all along, invisible to the naked eye but more powerful than any fertilizer you've ever used. The lingering question that haunts dedicated gardeners isn't whether compost works, it's why our plants aren't always thriving at their absolute peak potential despite our best efforts. The answer lies in understanding that soil health goes far deeper than just adding organic matter. There's an entire underground ecosystem that most of us have been unknowingly neglecting. Beneath your feet right now exists a bustling metropolis more complex and interconnected than any human city. This hidden world teems with billions of microscopic organisms, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and nematodes, all working in perfect harmony to create what soil scientists call the soil food web. These aren't just random microbes, they're highly specialized workers, each playing a crucial role in transforming your garden soil into a living, breathing ecosystem. Think of these microorganisms as nature's master chefs. They take raw ingredients, organic matter, minerals, and nutrients, and transform them into perfectly prepared, easily digestible meals for your plants. Without these microbial helpers, even the richest compost remains largely inaccessible to plant roots. The nutrients are there, but they're locked away like food in unopened cans. Lactic acid bacteria, one of the most powerful players in this underground world, work tirelessly to break down complex organic compounds into simple, plant-available forms. Beneficial fungi extend your plant's root systems exponentially, creating vast networks that can access water and nutrients from incredible distances. These microscopic partnerships have been perfecting themselves for millions of years, yet most modern gardening approaches completely ignore their existence. This is where the concept of soil as a superfood becomes crystal clear. Just as fermented foods like kimchi and yogurt provide concentrated beneficial bacteria for human health, properly activated soil delivers concentrated beneficial microorganisms that supercharge plant health from the ground up. The forgotten technique I'm about to share isn't new, it's ancient. Korean natural farming practitioners have been using indigenous microorganisms, or IMO, for centuries to create some of the most fertile, productive soils on Earth. This method recognizes that every location has its own unique collection of native microbes perfectly adapted to local conditions. Instead of fighting against nature or trying to import foreign solutions, this approach works with what already exists. The beauty of this system lies in its elegant simplicity. You don't need expensive equipment, complicated recipes, or imported ingredients. Everything you need to activate this soil superfood already exists in your immediate environment. The native microbes living in your local forest floor under leaf litter and in undisturbed soil areas are already perfectly adapted to your climate, your soil type, and your growing conditions. These indigenous microorganisms possess an intimate knowledge of your local ecosystem that no commercial product can replicate. They understand your soil's pH, mineral content, moisture patterns, and seasonal changes. When you learn to cultivate and harness these native microbes, you're essentially recruiting a workforce that has been training for your specific growing conditions for thousands of years. The transformation begins almost immediately. Within days of introducing properly cultured indigenous microorganisms to your garden beds, you'll notice subtle changes in soil texture and smell. Within weeks, plant growth becomes noticeably more vigorous, leaves develop deeper green coloration, and root systems expand dramatically. Creating your own indigenous microorganism culture starts with a simple scouting mission in your local area. Look for spots where organic matter naturally accumulates and decomposes, under mature trees, along forest edges, or in areas where leaves collect naturally. These locations harbor the most diverse and active microbial communities. So, the collection process involves gathering just a small amount of this rich organic material and creating an environment where the beneficial microbes can multiply really quickly. By using cooked rice as a growth medium, you'll set up conditions that favor lactic acid bacteria and other good organisms, while keeping harmful pathogens at bay. The rice actually serves as both a food source and a breeding ground for the microbes you want to cultivate. After that initial collection phase, the microbes need a bit of time to establish themselves and multiply. This usually takes about 7 to 14 days, and during this period, the culture develops a sweet, slightly sour smell, kind of like fermented foods. That aroma is a great sign. It means the lactic acid bacteria have successfully colonized the medium and are starting to produce the acids that make nutrients more available to your plants. The next step is feeding these cultured microorganisms with a simple molasses solution, which gives them the energy they need for rapid multiplication. This step actually transforms your small initial culture into gallons of concentrated beneficial microorganisms, all ready for use in your garden. You know, the entire process actually costs less than a bag of commercial fertilizer, but here's the thing. It provides benefits that last for months or even years. A lot of common misconceptions about this process usually center around concerns about harmful bacteria or complicated procedures. But in reality, the fermentation process naturally selects for beneficial organisms while creating conditions that discourage pathogens. And honestly, the sweet, pleasant smell of a healthy culture is your best indication that everything is proceeding correctly. Once established, these indigenous microorganisms create a self-sustaining cycle of soil fertility that goes, well, far beyond what traditional composting can achieve. The microbes just keep multiplying and spreading throughout your garden beds, breaking down organic matter, solubilizing minerals, and creating the ideal growing environment for plant roots. This approach fundamentally changes your garden's resilience. Plants grown in microbially active soil develop stronger immune systems, deeper root networks, and improved drought tolerance. They become naturally more resistant to pests and diseases because their enhanced nutrition allows them to produce their own protective compounds more effectively. The beauty of working with indigenous microorganisms extends beyond a single growing season. Each application builds upon the previous one, gradually transforming your soil into an increasingly fertile, self-regulating ecosystem. Over time, you'll find yourself needing fewer external inputs as your soil develops its own capacity to provide everything your plants need. You know, your garden becomes a living testament to the power of working with natural systems rather than against them. Neighbors will notice the difference in your plant's vitality, your harvest abundance, and the overall health of your garden ecosystem. You'll discover that this forgotten superfood doesn't just improve plant growth, it actually creates a thriving, sustainable growing environment that gets better with each passing year. The transformation touches every aspect of your gardening experience. Soil that was once hard and lifeless becomes soft, crumbly, and full of earthworms. Plants that previously struggled begin producing abundant harvests. Your entire backyard evolves into a vibrant ecosystem where beneficial insects, birds, and soil organisms work together in perfect harmony. This is more than just a gardening technique, it's really a return to the fundamental principles that have sustained agriculture for thousands of years. By rediscovering this forgotten superfood hiding right in your own backyard, you're not just improving your garden, you're actually participating in an ancient tradition of working with nature's own perfect systems. So, are you ready to unlock your soil's hidden potential? Start exploring Korean natural farming techniques and indigenous microorganism cultivation today. Your plants will thank you, your harvests will amaze you, and honestly, your garden will never be the same. If this guide has opened your eyes to the incredible world beneath your feet, make sure to subscribe to Smart Garden for more groundbreaking gardening insights that challenge conventional wisdom and deliver real results. Go ahead and share this knowledge with fellow gardeners who are ready to discover what their soil has been trying to tell them all along. Together, we can transform not just our own backyards but our entire approach to sustainable, abundant gardening.